In commemoration of the Pan-African Women's Day 2026, today, the African Women's Lawyers Association of Nigeria, AWLA, Enugu chapter, is rolling out the Golden Rule right here in Enugu State, with key focus areas around tech training, especially for young female lawyers, capacity building through mentorship, leadership, and professional development, and finally, industry training and job placement, especially for its members. Stay tuned as we bring you the details.
High Court complex in Enugu came alive as nearly 400 participants converged for what organizers describe as a landmark gathering for AWLA Nigeria. The event attracted judges, legal practitioners, members of the African Women Lawyers Association of Nigeria, civil society organizations, town union PGs, young female lawyers, law students from the University of Nigeria Enugu campus, media partners, and other stakeholders, all united by a common vision of promoting justice, integrity, and peaceful coexistence. Guests were formally welcomed and recognized. All participants received practical tech law training on the growing role of artificial intelligence in legal practice. The session introduced participants to emerging AI tools, including ChatGPT, Claude AI, Gemini, and Microsoft Copilot, demonstrating how they can support legal research, contract drafting, and other professional tasks. Following the opening prayer, the tone for the day's conversations was set a strong charge to the next generation of legal practitioners. Addressing the law students, Professor Florence Orabreze urged them never to remain silent in the face of injustice or dehumanization of others. She also encouraged them to embrace artificial intelligence responsibly, using technology as a tool for positive social impact.
I'm happy that you have been invited to this event. As usual, we know how to behave, is it not? You have shown the decorum even when in this lecture. I thank our very wonderful mothers. I thank our very wonderful sisters. I thank our very wonderful female lawyers for making today possible for you.
In her opening remark, the state coordinator AWLA, Barrister Grace Chidi Obeke, described the gathering as the eve of the wider Pan-African Women's Day celebration 2026 centered on social justice, women empowerment, and collective leadership. She condemned domestic violence, ritual killings, kidnapping for ransom, and other forms of injustice, while reminding participants that lasting societal change begins with personal responsibility through the Golden Rule.
The theme of this year's Pan-African Women's Day is social justice in action, financial independence in action, collective leadership in action. And so we have used all of the items in the theme and put it into action today. How did we do that? We're taking the law out of the courtroom and directly to the ordinary people. The proper social justice means protecting the most vulnerable before they become victims of abuse or exploitation.
She stated that the Golden Rule says, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you," and that it is a byproduct of the Ten Commandments. The highlight of our address was the public recitation and adoption of the Golden Rule, led by Honorable Justice Uche Matthew Eluke, as participants pledged to uphold its principles in their daily life.
To reach the human consciousness, we do not need complex legal jargon. We need a principle that is universal, timeless, and absolute. And that brings us to the cross of this matter, the Golden Rule. That's what we have, all of us, in our hands. And I'd like us to look at the place where we have the Golden Rule. And as we read together, respond. It says, become a GRA, a Golden Rule advocate. In your family, it says charity begins at in your neighborhood, in your circle of influence, says, what is hateful to you, do not to your fellow men. That is the entire law. All the rest is commentary. Christianity says, all things whatsoever you would that men should do to you, do you even so to them, for this is the law and the prophets. Islam says, no one of you is a believer until he desires for his brother that which he desires for himself.
Speaking on the need for citizens to take responsibility in addressing insecurity, Deputy Commissioner of Police Hope Ishiani noted that crimes such as kidnapping and corruption continue to threaten society. She encouraged citizens, particularly women, to speak up whenever they witness criminal activities, reminding them of the neighborhood slogan, "If you see something, say something."
Reverse is the case. There's so much decay here and there, including in my system, in every system. And I'm sure that is why this program is on today, to mentor the junior ones coming up, the futures of tomorrow, so that we can have a better future and a better tomorrow.
The event also featured remarks and goodwill messages from other dignitaries in attendance.
I think this program is meant for President Generals because the golden rule have to do with community leadership. So as President General, we are going to take this message home.
Address me that way. Before you take advantage of another person, you should ask yourself, will I want someone to do the same thing to me?
For you to be in this position, or in any position at all, there is a word that you must not forget: integrity. And in any aspect of life, integrity matters. How do you carry yourself? How do you comport yourself in everything you do?
You cannot be a mother and you're not charitable. You can't be a woman and you're not charitable. You can't be a girl, you cannot be an employee of labor and you're not charitable. The images we see on social media where women batter children, such women are not kind people. Because if you are kind, then this you won't do to these children.
Because I believe that over time, wherever you sow, you will reap. They didn't say you will reap where you sow.
Representing the students, Gift Unachuku, a 300-level law student of the University of Nigeria Enugu campus, described the program as both enlightening and inspiring. She explained how the Golden Rule can shape not only legal practice, but also everyday human relationships.
When we talk about mutual respect, which is basically the basis of whatsoever we've been saying here today, mutual respect is you being in a relationship with another person, or even a group of persons, but having that value to treat them with honor, to treat them with dignity. Now, we can talk about far-fetched words. Oh, it's when you respect somebody, lie down to greet them, or do certain big things. It's to the little things that we do.
In his closing remark, Honorable Justice Eluke appreciated all the dignitaries present and expressed his delight at seeing young female lawyers in attendance. He reflected that whatever people give to others will eventually return to them, describing the Golden Rule as a principle that promotes harmony. He encouraged attendees to embrace the consciousness of justice, leave the event as transformed individuals, and become advocates of the Golden Rule.
What you have had today is a form of education. If you were lawyers, they will tell you that this carries some credit load.
While answering a question on how AWLA plans to measure the impact of the Golden Rule campaign over the coming year, Magistrate Uche Jidofo said the association is committed to spreading the message of the Golden Rule across different sectors of society. She expressed confidence that within 2 years, the campaign would have recorded significant impact and progress.
The thing I know is that AWLA is set out to change the narrative. They are out to make impact, and they've set programs like awareness, going to even markets, traditional rural PG schools, and within 2 years, I know that the empirical evidence will be so huge.
Barrister Sylvia Abana advised law students and young lawyers to stay away from criminal and illegal activities and to always uphold the Golden Rule, stressing that doing so would contribute to building a better society.
The main message is about this Golden Rule because there is this moral decadence in our society. You know, immorality has taken up the stage. The younger ones are growing up thinking it is a normal thing. You know, we the elderly ones, we know it is not the normal thing. But because they met it in their own age, they think it's the right thing.
Some of the students also shared their key takeaways from the event and explained how the program and the Golden Rule will help advance their careers.
One of the things I took out from this eventful program is that respect is reciprocal, and whatever you sow, you're going to reap. Not where you sow, you're going to reap. That is two different things. And I learned that respect is one of the most important things as a law student.
I really hard to do unto others what I want in return. As if I'm good to you, I don't expect you to be really good to me, but at least I know, yeah, my reward is in heaven and somebody is going to be good to me.
In an interview, the Deputy Commissioner of Police said that this rule can practically help reduce insecurity in the country.
If we treat people the way we treat ourselves, that means we are going to treat people with empathy. We are going to treat people with compassion. You're going to be fair in your dealings. So generally, whether you are in the bank, whether you are in the school as a teacher, whether you are a public servant, and you treat whoever nicely with fairness, with empathy, of course there won't be crime. There won't be crime.
Honorable Justice Iluke, while speaking on how the Golden Rule will help advance the legal profession, said that the law knows no gender, that the Golden Rule will undoubtedly be instrumental in advancing the legal profession.
This is to inculcate the Golden Rule amongst people, not just students, everyone. The law is laced with moral codes. You know, the law would have been very abstract, draconian, and harsh without principles of equity, that is, principles of morality.
The event concluded with a vote of thanks, closing prayers, and memorable photographs. For AWLA, the Golden Rule is more than a campaign. It is a universal principle recognized across cultures and religions, encouraging people to treat others with love, fairness, and dignity, while inspiring a more just and peaceful society. In Enugu, Ifunanya Ibeneme, reporting for Afia TV.